are the New York Knicks. I'm back in the New York groove. Well, it's the Knicks. New York. We are the New York Knicks. New York girl. For this new season we're about to enter, the Knicks is taking no shorts, just like winter. New York, New York.
New York be about the Knicks, huh?
But the best thing about New York City is
K-N-I-C-K-S.
Everybody say go New York, go New York, go!
Go New York, go New York, go!
Hey everybody, welcome to the New York Knicks podcast, episode 616, Golden Guarantee, Mark.
Yes, I ended the last show, if you listen, with a golden guarantee that the Knicks would win Game 5. And Jay, how do you like my golden guarantee?
Not only did you do that, you had the balls to make a very wild prediction on Twitter.
Yes.
You said the Knicks would score 112 points, and they scored 112.
I was at 118.
Okay.
I posted a spoiler alert. The script had been leaked this morning, about 15 hours ago, that the Knicks would score 118, that Jalen Brunson would have 38 points. He had exactly 38 points. I had Randall at 25, RJ at 32. Not that far off. How do you like me now? How do you like the Knicks? Holy shit. What a
My
game.
favorite part about that tweet is that 75 Heat fans bookmarked it to troll us later, and it's very quiet on Twitter right now.
So many responses from Heat fans saying, hey, like, I'm bookmarking this for later. Can't wait to respond to this later. Cannot. Wow. So Jay was like earlier, he's like, if they lose this, we are to get a million responses from Heat fans. It's like just dunking on us. But how about them? So the game today. The game could not have started off worse. That first quarter, I thought the season was over in the first quarter. What was your reaction early on, Jay?
I thought it was literally rigged. There was so many fouls. Hart got called for 3 fouls in 5 minutes, and
there were two moving screens within like a minute span. It was absurd.
And then we look up the reffing crew, and the crew chief is a guy who spent his whole life in Miami. And I'm like, huh.
He grew up in Miami, went to school in Miami. Yeah, it was kind of like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess if they win this, the ref for Game 6 will be Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, exactly. Wade's gonna do Game 6. Pat Riley's gonna do Game 7 if it comes.
So anyway, the Knicks were down 10. It looked like we were just getting a screw job from the refs, and it looked like it was over. And then the Knicks just came roaring back. They went on a nice run in the second, finished the half up by 3. Went on an even bigger run. They were up by 19 at one point, and all right, let's put this away. Then Miami comes roaring back, takes the lead. And then the Knicks didn't back down. They looked like the Knicks team of the Cavs series.
They look like the Knicks team of the regular season also.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Brunson was amazing. RJ was really, really good. Randall had a good game. Which
everyone played well. I mean, Randall had a couple of moments, a couple of bad moments, but generally played well. Everyone played well today.
Yeah, Mitch was good. Hart made a couple plays in the fourth after having to sit basically the whole second and third. He got his fourth foul about 10 seconds after he came back.
He didn't have a good game. Hart did not have a good game, or had a bad game. But so first of all, I didn't what adjustments did you make, Tibbs? Well, Brunson and Grimes are not going to sit for the rest of the playoffs. That's the adjustment I made.
I mean, you got to do what you got to. In an elimination game, you got to do that.
What about the bench? We're not going to use the bench tonight.
Whatever.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Brunson played 40. By the way, if any Knicks fan screams about the minutes, they should just stop being a Knicks fan. But Brunson and Grimes played 48. Barrett played 38. Randall played 36. They barely used their bench except for the center position.
I mean, 38 and 36 isn't even bad.
No, it's just crazy. Those are the third and fourth most minutes of the team.
Yeah.
But the Knicks, early that first quarter was so rough, and I was like, I cannot believe the season's going to end like this. And then they went on a 15-3 run to start the third quarter, and then they were just and everything was going right. Like the threes were falling. Randall hit a three at the end the half. And when the Heat started charging back in the fourth quarter, the Knicks just held their ground. What did you think of the Haka Mitch?
I mean, we've been talking about. We were wondering why the Cavs didn't do that last series. Spo went to it, and then all of a sudden, Mitch starts hitting his free throws.
Yeah, I think when they did the Haka Mitch, he went 1 for 2, 1 for 2. Did he go 2 for 2 on? I guess he went 1 for 2 every time, right?
He either went 3 for 6 or 4 for 6. I think
he was
might
4
have
for 8 on the night.
No, he hit both at one point. So I think he went 4 for 6 in his last 6.
Yeah, like it really did not work. I did like it was also smart. So like Tibbs brought him back with 2 minutes to go when you couldn't do that anymore because of the rules with 2 minutes to go in a game. And
which
Hart,
I'm so glad they changed the rules.
Oh my god! I mean, it's just the most ridiculous rule not to have. I feel like it should be like last 4 minutes, but and Hart played really well also. So like Mitch was playing better. You wanted Mitch in the game, but Hart was a very solid fill-in when he was in also.
Yeah. So yeah, overall it was like I don't know. It looked like a different team. Maybe they needed a reality check. Did they get cocky after the Cavs series? I don't know, but
I mean they played with their backs against the wall. I mean, part of it is you didn't sit Brunson. Brunson's like, I'm going to play all 48. Grimes is going to play all 48, and Grimes has been playing better now, and kind of went with a little bit different of a strategy.
Well, I mean, it also helped that they hit their threes. They shot 38%, which
yes,
Miami shot 30%. Miami wasn't a good 3-point shooting team in the regular season, and they've just been playing like ridiculous in the playoffs. So that they were due for a regression to the means. It took a really long time for that regression to happen.
I mean, Miami has a bunch of good three, and I know they don't have a hero, but they have a bunch of guys that can shoot three. I mean, like they got Duncan Robinson out there who had a great game from three, Duncan Robinson, who many were like calling one of the worst contracts in the NBA, went 5 for 10 from 33 today. He was extremely valuable.
Yeah.
Max Strus is a very good 3-point shooter. He went 4 for 10. Just the rest of the team didn't kill us. It also, like, a lot of them got, like, so as bad as it was early on with the foul calls, Knicks ended up shooting 43 throws. Heat only shot, like, 19 free throws. The Knicks started getting the calls later in the game, and the Heat just didn't get away with a lot of their BS. Like Gabe Vincent, who kept just smothering Brunson, was finally getting called for some of the fouls he was committing. Hey, by the way, I don't want to forget this one. What did you think at the end of the game when Barrett gets called for 5 seconds because he can't get the ball in? If they lost the game there, I would have lost. I was like, I cannot believe Barrett did not get the ball in.
I would have too, but right before that, he tied Lowry up, and there was a foul on Lowry, and Lowry was flipping out. And I'm like, oh, it's not so much fun when other players do it to you, is it?
Yeah.
Because that's basically its whole game plan is to just tangle people up and then flop around.
Yeah, that was a great when Barrett got the foul on Lowry. That was awesome. And Barrett had a great game. He played awesome today. Like, he got to the bucket. He hit some floaters. He kind of did everything you wanted to do. He hit his free throws, which was so huge. He hit threes. Brunson, you can't even get into words how awesome Brunson has been for the Knicks.
Yeah. Mr. C said his favorite moment was the one-legged Grimes steal and miracle recovery.
Holy... First of all, I can't believe Grimes stayed in the game. Grimes, who got injured... Like, I thought he was done for the series right there. What did you think when he got injured?
I didn't think he was done for the series. I just thought he banged knees and he was hurt. And usually you sit out 5 minutes, you sit out a quarter. But
he sits out a timeout.
He knew, but he knew that this was it, and he got up, he limped around, he ended up getting a steal basically on one leg, which is just incredible because a lot of players in the league would have just stayed on the ground and held their knee. So
I mean, Grimes played 2 of the best minutes the Knicks have played all playoff series with one leg.
Yeah.
Like gained the steal, and he even went for a jump ball with one leg.
And he won the jump ball.
Like, it was absurd.
He won the jump ball too.
He won the jump ball only with like, they had to commit a foul. Was it they had to commit a foul just to get him like off the court for a second? Or they was that a time, what was it? They committed the foul to get Mitchell Robinson off the court.
Yeah.
I guess they went to the timeout. They went to the commercial, and then Grimes like fine, totally fine. I'm gonna play again.
So the Knicks ended up fouling 11 times less than Miami because they were playing super aggressive starting from the second quarter, like driving every time. They weren't really settling for threes, and that should be the plan against Miami. They don't
attack.
I mean, other than what's his name, Zeller, there's no big men coming off the bench. So get somebody in foul trouble. I mean, if you could get Bam in foul trouble, they almost got him in foul trouble. He ended up with 5, but it wasn't until late in the game. If you could do that a little earlier, that's like a game changer.
I mean, getting also like Gabe Vincent in foul trouble, just getting the Kyle Lowry in foul trouble makes a huge difference also.
Yeah.
So I didn't even realize. So the Heat had 11 steals in the game. Knicks had 18 turnovers. That's a lot to overcome also.
It is, yeah.
I mean, the Knicks had a bunch of steals also, but I felt like the Knicks, I know Randall last game said the Heat just wanted it more. It felt like the Knicks took that in and was like, we want this more now. The hustle was there. The rebounding was there. Mm-hmm. The Knicks were so much better on the boards today.
It was a gritty win. I mean, Randall got elbowed in the eye right after he hit the first 3 of the game, and his eye was swelling, and he toughed it out and ended up having a good game.
I saw someone post on Twitter that they're like, if Randall plays poorly the rest of the game, I don't want to blame it on his eye. And I'm like, he did get really hit in the eye. Like his eye is blowing up. I don't want to blame it on that, but he did get don't act like he didn't get injured there.
Yeah. I mean, you can't let your dislike for a player like overrule like actual things that are happening. Like I was annoyed he wasn't playing good in the Cavs series, but we were saying he does have a sprained ankle. We felt he was healthy last game, and we were mad at him last game, but we did give him like a little bit of leeway when his ankle was injured. You got to do that.
I mean, Randall had a huge game. That 3 at the end of the half. He had a steal right at the end of the game, basically to kind of seal the win. A steal and a dunk. He played awesome. I love how he played. This is the Randall's best playoff game he's had. Career,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's Brunson. I guess it's everyone's. Well, it's Brunson and RJ Barrett probably had their best playoff games of their career also, but Randall looked like what you wanted out of Randall for the playoffs.
I mean, Barrett's had his best series.
Yeah.
Playoff series. He started getting hot game 3 of the Cavs series, but he's been good this whole series.
I want to compliment Obi Toppin. Even though Toppin wasn't a huge role, so he only played 12 minutes, he was out there for the Knicks' big run to start the third quarter. He gave energy. He had a big dunk. Played pretty. I mean, in the limited minutes, he played pretty well. He got a bunch of rebounds. He gave you very solid minutes, even though they were limited. The only guy actually that did not play well was really, Hart, which was just really surprising.
Yeah, but some of those fouls were complete garbage.
Yes, absolutely. Some of them were complete garbage, but also he seemed like he seemed hesitant to take shots. He was passing off shots. He should shoot 1 3, but he missed.
He was definitely way too passive. There was once where he just had a clear shot and he still passed it. And then there was another one where he drove and should have just went for the layup, but he tried a wraparound pass to Mitch. He's definitely got to be a little bit more aggressive. He's good driving. He's good getting to the hole.
He feels like a guy that Tibbs would want to play 40-plus minutes a night. And I know the fouls kind of forces him, but he didn't foul out of the game. I like that Tibbs, Hart's just not got it today. I'm going to go with someone else.
Yeah.
Do you think his game plan did Brunson say to Tibbs ahead of time, I'm not leaving the game?
No, I looking at his post-game interview, they asked him about playing 48 minutes, and he said at this point it is what it is, and he just kind of laughed. So I didn't get the impression that was the plan going in, but he understands why it happened.
Because I figured that him and Tibbs just talked about it ahead of time. It was just I don't need the rest tonight. I wonder for Grimes also. I mean, maybe Grimes if Hart was going to play more minutes, Grimes would have sat some.
Yeah, definitely.
It's surprising they would play 48 minutes without any conversation prior from the coach.
I mean, just think it's understood, like, whatever it takes, if that's what it takes. He would have sat if he got into foul trouble or, maybe if he wasn't playing as good. But
I guess, like, you can just, like, hey, if you want me to take you out, I could take you out for 4 months. What do you do? Or do you want to play tonight?
right.
You'll get plenty of rest if we don't win tonight. So
Yeah.
it is. So I'm assuming Brunson does not sit the rest of the playoffs. I mean, the rest of the playoffs might just be Friday.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think he's going to go back-to-back 48 minutes.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, IQ might be back.
Really?
Yeah, if IQ's back, he's definitely going to be sitting.
I think Grimes sits a little bit. I would be. Should we make a burger bet, Jay?
Sure, we'll do another burger bet. You still owe me a couple burgers.
I'm not keeping track, Jay.
I think I used to owe me 2 burgers.
I maybe I owe you 2 burgers. I think Brunson does not, outside of being in foul trouble. Could we give the caveat of foul trouble?
Sure.
Okay, the caveat of foul trouble. Outside of foul trouble, Brunson does not sit in Game 6.
Okay. All right.
Should I do also another golden guarantee?
No.
Is that
No.
too crazy?
No, we're not doing back.
I should
to back.
reserve that for Game 7, Jay.
I think we need to spread out the disbursement of the golden guarantees. We don't want to wear that out. We have the mystique of a 100% record on golden guarantees. Let's not taint that right away.
Jay's like, next season, he's like, so 82 golden guarantees, Mark. I think you're wearing these out.
Right.
What a goddamn game. I mean, the Knicks going down. I mean, after being down 10, the Knicks were up 19 for the rest of the game. I mean, they obviously had a different swing of 19 points the rest of the game. The Knicks played so goddamn well. This is what we've been waiting for. This is how we've waited for them to play the whole series.
Well, it was a 29-point swing because they were down by 10 and they went up by 19.
No, but I meant like for the full game. That's all. Because the Knicks won by 9. They were down by
yeah.
10. Yeah. I mean, Game 2 when they won, you were like, yeah, they won, but the Heat were out without Butler, and the Heat weren't very good that night. This was just a flat-out awesome victory.
Yeah. It was a much-needed victory. Even if they lose in Game 6 now, at least they fought and they were competitive.
They're not going to lose in Game 6, Jay.
Don't
Stop talking about it being over.
Don't do it. But
if they lose, I mean, whatever. We fought a good fight. Whatever. We're winning, Jay.
Okay.
Should I post again the final score for Game 6?
I'd say suck it, Heat fans, afterwards.
Suck it, Heat fans. No, I mean, yeah. I just keep doing it for the rest of the day. It's leaked again. We leaked again.
Yeah, not all your predictions came true, but somebody actually played your exact predictions on DraftKings, and if it came through, he would have won $18,000.
What?
He did a he did a $25 bet, and if it came through, he would have won $18,000.
Holy shit!
I thought that was awesome that he actually played it.
You know, you sent me something about that. I didn't realize you meant that he played the numbers I put up there.
Yeah, he put in a $25 bet.
Do you think he would have shared some of that with us?
I don't think so, but
probably not.
I would have been
That's
happy
totally
for him if he won. In fact, that would have made it like the greatest tweet of all time if somebody won $18,000 off of it.
The response that I won $25,000 with these numbers would have broken Twitter.
Yeah, definitely.
Or at least Nick's Twitter.
Definitely. Maybe tone down your prediction next time. I think 12 rebounds for Randall is a little much.
38 points for Brunson were spot on.
It was.
I was only off by 6 in the total. I was pretty close to the final score also.
It was. It's just you had Brunson, Randall, and RJ combining for 95 points. little much.
It was maybe a little much. But what a game. So Game 6, Friday night, back in Miami. Knicks are actually a better road team than they are a home team. Mm-hmm. And by the way, if this goes Game 7, Knicks are winning. 100% Knicks are winning. Miami is done if it goes Game 7. Miami's getting toasted in Game 7. How are we winning Game 6?
Similar game plan. I mean, hitting the shots helps. Miami's going to hit more shots than today, but you can negate that with turning the ball over less.
I mean, the Knicks played great defense today.
Stay aggressive, stay driving the ball. Rebounds. Tibbs even said, we win rebounds, we win the game. Those are the keys. It's really not that complicated.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like after the last 2 games that like there's nothing the Knicks could do to beat the Heat. And then you just hit your shots and get your rebounds, and suddenly you beat the Heat.
So the Knicks ended up with 16 more rebounds.
That's a huge margin.
Surprisingly, they took 17 less shots. But
17 less shots? Wow.
on 16 more rebounds, but a lot of that was because they got fouled so much because they took 21 more free throws.
Yeah. And I have to say, despite the first quarter where the refs were calling it clearly for the Heat, they were much more even the rest of the game when they gave the Knicks 20 more free throws. I mean, part of all the free throws were the Heat were purposely fouling Mitchell Robinson, so that kind of adds to the Knicks total.
Yeah. I mean, they did hack a Mitch, and the refs stopped calling a lot of the flops later in the game, and when you don't call like phantom and weird fouls, then you get less free throws.
Yeah, I mean the Heat are easier to beat if you don't call their bullshit flops and you don't give them like their bullshit plays. I have to say I was super annoyed about the 3-pointer early in the game with Jimmy Butler. He just kicked his leg into Grimes and they called it a flagrant and gave him the three.
No, it was even worse than that because they called it a foul and then Tibbs challenged it and they upgraded it to a flagrant. So it was like they just made it worse.
It was so, I mean, I know the Knicks won the game, so I shouldn't be even that annoyed about this, but it was so ridiculous because what is it like? The refs are supposed to, if you kick your leg out, you're not supposed to get the foul.
Right.
I mean, outside of doing a full Danielson full kick to the face, what do you want? Like, Butler kicked his leg out clearly to get the foul. There was no one lands like that otherwise. Like, why would you even have replay if the refs are going to look at the replay and go, the replay is just too fast for me. I'll have to just go with what we called it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Jay? I know we're going to do a quick reaction episode. Anything else you want to add?
No. I just want to say, Shaq said that even if the Knicks win today, they're going to lose in Miami in Game 6. Only bring one outfit to Miami. Does he realize that there's only one game in Miami anyway? Just want to.
Wasn't that that's from the? Didn't the Bulls do that? Like Phil Jackson tell them to do that or something?
Yeah, but that was when it was like
in the Last Dance, right?
Yeah, but that was when it was like 2-3-2, not.
Yeah, no, I know. No, it's really funny that Shaq messed up the like. They're only playing one game, so what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, win or lose, it's going to be one outfit, but.
But
anyway,
I do remember that from the Last Dance being like, we're only bringing one outfit, we're not playing another game.
Knicks play Friday. Let's go Knicks. And then I guess Game 7 would be Sunday if they
Monday.
Okay.
Isn't that really weird that the Game 7 would be on Monday?
It is.
That's a weird scheduling. Like, if Game 6 is Friday, why wouldn't you make? I mean, I'm not like a ratings guru, a TV guru. But I think I know enough to know that the audience on Sunday is better than the audience on Monday night.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Great.
It's cool. We can put us on Monday night. We'll win the series on Monday night. It's totally fine with me.
All right, so we'll be back. We'll be doing a show hopefully Tuesday night after Game 7.
Yes. Tuesday night we'll be celebrating. Tuesday night will be our preview for the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right, so thanks for listening, everybody, and we will be back soon.
My love.